What's going on, guys? Your boy Man Jones here, back with another video. And this time, we'll be doing our Week 9 predictions for this week. We're already in Week 9, so we can get started here. As last week, I went 8-5, which I did pretty good last week, and I overall went 7. And my overall 73 and it's 47 now. So let's get things started here. But before I give you my predictions for Week 9, don't forget to put a thumbs up outside the video. Subscribe to my channel for more options. And comment down your opinion below to see what you think of your Week 9 predictions. So basically, we got teams on a bye. We got the Browns, Bucks, Eagles, and Jets. And then we got the Ravens. I chose the Ravens to win 38-34, and they won 28-6. So let's get started with the rest of the games. So we got the Chicago Bears against Cincinnati Bengals. Chicago's favored by 2.5. I don't know why, but I called it kind of one of my trap games of the week, but now I'm not going to do it anymore because I just didn't really know if Joe Flacco was going to play. And the Bears were dealing with injuries too on offense. And now one of the best players on offense in Swift is out. So we're going to see how that's going to affect the Bears running game a little bit. Maybe the Bengals defense doesn't look that bad in this game. Now, they do got injuries on defense. Trey Henderson is questionable due to injury. Now Logan Wilson, they might rule him out due to injury. Yeah, so they're missing like a few guys on defense. Joe Flacco is questionable to play with a shoulder injury, but if he does play, give me the Bengals to win. But if he does not play, give me the Bears because Jake Browning is he's absolutely the worst starters in football. So yeah, as you know, the Bengals defense is really bad, and Caleb Williams is not really good. But anyway, he's been playing really well recently. I mean, the Bears offense, they didn't really play really good against the Ravens, but they have been looking good in some of the games. So, yeah. And, the Bears so far, their defense is really good, but they're dealing with injuries. So, that's something you got to look out at because we know one of their corners are out. Because, the Bengals, they do got some weapons on offense that can really rip up any defense like the Bears. Like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they will find a way to at least, go off in this game. But the Bears' run defense is really bad. So the Bengals should be able to run the ball, and the offense should have success. But they found success against the Jets, and all of a sudden they end up falling apart. Like, how do you let the Jets win a game and let Aaron Glenn win a game like that? Like, that's crazy. That's got to be on the defense because the Bengals' defense is not playing as good, but the offense is really good as well. But it hasn't been playing really good because we know their offense is nearly ranked dead last in total offense, and defense is ranked last in total defense as well. So yeah. So you can argue saying that both the Bengals offense and defense is having the same season. But the Bears, they might find a way to at least move the ball on the Bengals. If they can get a run game going, I think they could. So basically, I think this game will be close and competitive though. But since I heard the news that Flacco is going to play, I'm going to take the Bengals to win because the Bengals are at home. And I just feel like they're going to push the ball down the field, control the game, keep Caleb off the field, which that could allow them to win the game. But the only way the Bears win this game is that if they can go on a hot start on offense and the defense starts to show up though. Because we know we seen the Bears lost to a Ravens team without Lamar. I feel like the same thing will happen again against Cincinnati. So, yeah. So, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to take Cincinnati to win straight up. Maybe they win by a field goal. Maybe they win by 2 points. Maybe 40-37, 37-30, 44-37. Maybe more like a one-score game or field goal type game. So, yeah. I got the Bengals to win straight up. All right, next game we have the Minnesota Vikings against the Detroit Lions. The Lions, they are favored by 9.5. Now we already know it was 9, but now the line changed, and now they're 8.5 point favorites against the Vikings. Now the Lions are coming off a bye, and the Vikings are coming off a loss against the Chargers. So basically, this game right here. Now, um, now we know the Lions. Their defense they're going to be getting a couple players back. They are expected. Now we already know the Lions are getting some players back on defense, where they are getting McNeil, which their defense could be underrated unit. Now, the secondary you can argue saying is healthy now. Now they already ruled out they already ruled out Kirby Joseph. Now you got Brian Branch in the lineup, and they're getting a little healthier on defense now. And the Lions, they might not have the offense they had last year, but they do got some weapons on offense that can really rip up any defense like Minnesota, because the Vikings defense has not been playing really good, because it could be overrated and it might not be the same as last year. And the offense is pretty not much the same as last year. And JJ McCarthy, he's expected to come back, but he's not as good. And we did hear Wentz is out for the year. So with McCarthy coming back, I feel like, it should help this team. So, especially the Vikings, their offense, they're not good, but the Lions can match up with the Vikings really good offensively, because they have the corners to match up with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, and they do have the pass rush to get after JJ, which they could make JJ McCarthy uncomfortable, and they can make this Vikings offensive line look one-dimensional. And the Vikings run game has not been good lately, and they've been struggling to run the ball. I think the Lions defense steps up here, and the offense steps up here in this game. But if the Lions can get up early, they'll probably blow the Vikings out, because we've seen times in the past where the Lions did blow them out, because, it kind of reminds me when the Vikings, when they were where the Lions, beat the Vikings in a close game, and then last time they end up just blowing them out. So yeah, so basically, so yeah, so yeah, I think the game will be close. I think it will be competitive. Basically, so yeah, so it can go. So I feel like this game will be a lot closer. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Lions to win, because I have saw nothing from the Vikings lately to know that their defense, has been overrated, and offensively they have not been good. So yeah, and the Vikings have struggled to move the ball on offense, and the Lions defense has been playing lights out lately. We see them play good against the Buccaneers. Maybe they do against the Vikings, But I just don't know if it's gonna be super blowout city though. Unless the Lions get up early, it could be though. But the Vikings, their defense gave up like 30 points to like the Chargers. So maybe the Lions score 30 plus in this game. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Lions to win and cover. So yeah, I think they win by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. So yeah, giving the Lions to win, giving the Lions to cover because they're a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home, so yeah. Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored by 13 and a half. This is a big number. Panthers are coming off of a blowout loss against the Bills, while the Packers are coming off of a win against the Steelers. Obviously, Bryce Young is expected to play, which that's good news. Now, the Packers are dealing with injuries on defense. Most of their Quay Walker is questionable to play. Lucas Van Ness is out. So, yeah, so basically, the Panthers are dealing with injuries on the offensive line. Maybe they get some of their players back. But the Panthers defense, it's been pretty good so far. I mean, they're like top 10 total defense. And rushing defense, they're like 16th. And pass defense, they're 11th. And, their offense, they don't have a vertical passing game, but they have a top 5 running game. And their offense is like bottom 20 in football. Because we totally seen the Panthers, because here's the thing. I just don't really know if the Panthers are going to be able to move the ball successfully against the Packers. Because I think the Packers defense, they should be able to stop the run. They should be able to stop the run, load the box, force the Panthers offense to beat them and all that. And, we seen the Bills defense stuff Rico Dowdle. Maybe the Packers can do the same thing here because the Panthers couldn't be able to run the ball. The Panthers defense looked atrocious against the Bills. Like the Bills, what did they do? They ran the ball on the Panthers so many times, and James Cook had a breakout game. He went for over 200 rushing yards. And guess what I think the Packers can do? They can run the ball straight at them. Like, they can do that, though. Because the Panthers defense did get ran over by James Cook. Maybe the Packers do it again. So yeah, so I think the game will be a lot closer than people think. Um it could be close if the Panthers show up, but the Panthers defense, maybe they can keep them competitive in this game, but if the Packers find a way to get up early, they might blow the Panthers up because Bryce Young, like, they don't have a vertical passing game. So maybe Green Bay's, like, their secondary may not look that bad. Maybe it doesn't. So, yeah, so I think the game will be close. I think it will be competitive, though. But 13 and a half is a lot of points. Like, basically. But anyways, besides that, I'm taking the Packers to win. I'm taking them to cover that big spread straight up, though. Even though it's 13 and a half, I'm still taking them to cover it because the Packers got the better defense. They got the better offense. And they're a more complete team, a better coaching staff, and better quarterback. And I just think their defense, both on both sides of the ball, they will limit the turnovers because Panthers offense, they can't really do much on offense. All they do is just turn the football over. So yeah, that's all they do. Like, they just don't really do much on offense to keep pace. So yeah, so basically, I feel like it's gonna be a blowout though, because I don't think Bryce Young is. and the Panthers are on the Packers level yet. So I'm probably going to take the Packers to win and cover. Maybe like they win like 34-17 or like 27-17. Maybe they win by double digits or something like that. So yeah, so I'm going to take the Packers to win and the Packers to cover. All right, next game we have the Los Angeles Chargers against the Tennessee Titans. The Chargers are 9.5-point favorites against the Tennessee Titans. The Chargers are coming off a win against the Vikings, while the Titans are totally coming off of a big loss, though, against the Colts. I got the Chargers to win and cover. I got the Chargers both ways. And the reason for it is that, the Chargers got the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're the more complete team, and they literally have the best offense in football. They're ranked number one. They're ranked first in total offense, and they have the fourth best passing offense in football. And, they are. So, yeah. Titans just stink. Like, they do. Like, Cam Ward, he's not good. His O-line is not good. Their offense is one of the worst in the league. Their defense is kind of holding them back, and they're wondering how bad their offense is. I think the Chargers offense finds a way to have success here. And the Chargers got like the seventh best defense in football in terms of, pass defense, where they can stop the pass. They're good against the run. The Titans could totally run the ball on them, but I just don't see it. It could be a Mike McCoy revenge game because Mike McCoy was the Chargers head coach. But at the same time, I just don't really see how the Titans are going to be able to move the ball successfully because they are like the worst run offense in football. Maybe the Chargers' run defense doesn't look bad. Maybe it looks pretty good. So, yeah. And we know the Chargers are dealing with some injuries on defense. Now, the Titans, their receiving core is dealing with a lot of injuries. Arden Key is out. Xavier Woods is out. Their best player on defense, Simmons, is out. So they got a lot of injuries on defense where the Chargers offensively can take advantage. Now, the Chargers are dealing with some injuries on the offensive line. Now, Mekhi Becton could play. Rashawn Slater on the tackle. Yeah, so basically, so I think No, I think it's gonna be like so I think the Chargers could totally blow them out though. They might score like 40 some points. They've been scoring 30 plus for like the last couple of games. Maybe they put up 40, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they put up 30, so I think the Chargers should easily win. They should easily cover. Like the Titans are not gonna do much. Like, yeah, like there's no much to say. Like, easy win for Chargers for sure, and they easily cover. Titans got no offense. They probably might put up 0 points. Maybe they put up 9. So yeah. So give me the Chargers to win and cover. Next game we have the Atlanta Falcons against the New England Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 5.5. Now this game right here can go either way. Now the question is that the the Falcons so far are dealing with injuries on defense. Now we did hear news that Penix is going to be back and Drake London's back because they missed last week. Leonard Floyd and Jalen Walker are questionable to play. So is Jesse Bates and the Zach Tom. He's out. You the you know the so yeah, so basically this is gonna be a good game, but the Patriots are dealing with injuries too, but they look healthier. So basically, as I look at this matchup, I'm looking to see who's gonna have a better game. Now, we did hear that, if the Falcons, it depends which defense has a better game. Because if the Falcons defense is because if they can find a way to if they can at least force a Patriots offense in some tough situations where they can force turnovers, bad sacks, cause mistakes, I think the Patriots find a way to win that game. I mean, the Falcons find a way to win that game because their offense right now, because as you look at the Falcons' offense, they are ranked 14th best offense in football in terms of passing and running the football. And now they're allowing dead last, they're bottom 20 in points per drive. Now, the Falcons offense have not been looking good lately, especially for weeks. They didn't look good against the Niners, and now they didn't look good against the Bucks. I mean, against the Dolphins. Because we seen the Dolphins defense stuff Bijan Robinson. Now, could the Patriots do the same thing? Because Patriots, they got one of the best run defenses in football. And they can stop the run really good. And they literally got a top 10 defense now. And so is the Falcons. But the Falcons got one of the best passing defenses in football now, where, they're good to stop the pass. But I would not be shocked if Atlanta won this game. But it could come down to the wire if, could the Patriots defense, if the Falcons find a way to win this game, could their defense find a way? Can they beat the Patriots defense? And could the Patriots beat the Falcons defense? Because the Falcons defense has been playing really good, but they didn't look good against Miami. But the Patriots, so far have been one of the best defense in football, and the offense has been really good as well. But I think it's gonna be a little bit of a low scoring game because if Penix, he doesn't really throw the ball in the middle of the field because he can't really move he's not as good as Drake May because Drake May he could throw better, and Drake May's been one of the best quarterbacks in football. So I think it's gonna be a little bit close. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game, but I'm gonna take the Patriots to win because I think the Patriots are just the more complete team and have the better quarterback and better coaching staff. And they're just the more complete team. I don't think the Falcons are good. The Falcons have been sucking for weeks. They sucked against the Niners and the Dolphins. That's 2 in a row. But I think it will be close though. I think it's gonna be a defensive game. But I'm gonna take the Patriots to win 20-17, something like that. So I'm gonna take the Patriots to win and the Patriots to cover. All right, next game, we have the San Francisco 49ers against the New York Giants. The Niners are 2.5 favorites against the Giants. The Niners are, as I'm a little concerned, The Niners are dealing with so many injuries, especially when their players on defense is out. As I look at the injury list, because as I look at their defense, they are dealing with injuries. Because now they just pressed Yetter Gross Models on IR. Bryce Huff is out. Sam O'Connor was out. D Winters is questionable. I hope he plays. So they are dealing with injuries on defense. But now Brock Purdy, he's questionable to play. But now they're saying he won't start. So now it's likely going to be Mac Jones once again. Um, yeah, I mean the Niners defense has been really good on the Robert Saleh lately. But you know what? They literally got obliterated by the Texans, which the Texans did win at least by 11 points. Maybe their defense doesn't look bad against the Giants because now the Giants don't got Scatterboo playing, and I feel like without Scatterboo, I don't think the Giants are gonna be able to run the ball as much. The Niners should be able to stop the run and load the box and force the Giants in some mistakes and all that. And they're really good in pass. Now their defense is not good against the pass. Maybe they need to look to improve that because I feel like if they can rush four, I think they should be fine there. But at the same time, it's a rookie quarterback against a really good defense like the Niners. So I think this game could be a lot closer, but I just don't know if it would be though, because all Robert Saleh is gonna do, he's gonna his defense is gonna be playing well in this game. But I think the Niners are gonna be able to win this. And the Giants defense, has not been really good this season. I think the Niners can do offensively. I think they'll find a way to run the ball straight at them, which I think they can. Because the Giants have the worst run defense and pass defense in football. So the Niners on offense, they should be able to move the ball against them. So I'm taking the 49ers to win because they're the more complete team and the better coaching staff. So yeah, I'm gonna take the 49ers to win and the Niners to cover. I'm probably gonna say they're gonna win by double digits, something like that. Maybe they win by maybe they put up 30 in this game, then do the same thing like Philly did. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Niners both ways. All right, next game we have the Indianapolis Colts against Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are 3.5 point favorites against the Colts. The Steelers, they have not been looking good lately, especially on defense. They've been looking worse on defense so far. I mean, they're ranked 30th in total defense. Pass defense, they're ranked 32nd, and defense is only allowing 400 points a game, where their run defense has not been playing good. But offense so far, it's been up and down lately. And the Colts, right now on offense, they are first in points per drive since a long time ago. And they literally got the third best offense in football right now. So maybe it could be too much for the Colts defense, the Steelers defense to handle, because the Steelers can't really play defense right now. They're getting run over, they're getting pushed around. We see them got pushed around by the Packers. Um, on the Colts so far got their defense is not that good, but they have good offense though, because they're not good in pass defense, but they're good in run defense, especially their 25th overall defense as well. And their defense is only allowing 300 points a game, 364 points a game. So maybe the Colts defense finds a way to get pressure, but the Colts are dealing with some injuries. Samuel Abuchanan is out. Grover Stewart is questionable to play. Ward is on concussion. Mike Hilton's out, so their secondary could be depleted with injuries. So yeah, I think the Colts they'll be able to move the ball against the Steelers. I think they can run the ball straight at them. They can throw the ball straight at them. And the Steelers defense, you know, if their secondary can match up well with the Colts receivers, they'll be fine. And if they can find a way to stop the run in this game, force Daniel Jones into some mistakes, I think they should be fine there. I think the game right here is going to be a lot closer competitive though. But what I'm seeing, the Steelers have been getting outgained, and they're really not a good team, and they've been falling apart. I mean, I might have to bet the Colts in this game, but I don't know, man. But I'm probably gonna say the Steelers are gonna win. I'm gonna say Colts are due for a loss because the Steelers are at home in this game, and the Steelers, I feel like their defense is going to play a lot better here. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's just a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. And we already know the Colts, pretty much got their number, but I think the Steelers, I think they'll find a way to do enough offensively to keep the game competitive and close. And I think they'll do enough on defense to make it enough stops. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers to win straight up. Next game, we have the Denver Broncos against the Houston Texans. The Texans are 2.5 point favorites against the Broncos. Now, we got two of the best defenses playing against each other. The Broncos, they're going to be without their starting corner, Pat Surtain, which that kind of sucks. It's probably going to have to change how the Broncos play defense. And the Texans are getting their receivers back. They're going to get Nico Collins back and maybe Christian Kirk. Maybe he does. Schultz is questionable to play. Maybe he will, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. So the Texans are getting healthier on offense. But I do think the Broncos do have the better O-line in this game than the Texans because they can protect very well. And the Broncos offense looked pretty good against the Cowboys like last week. Like I thought Bo Nix played an incredible game, but I just don't really think he's going to be able to do it against this defense of Houston because the Texans defense is really good, especially if they're good at home. I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer and competitive, though. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. But I'm going to go ahead and just take the Texans to win because I feel like they're going to win this game so they can keep their playoff hopes alive. I feel like Denver's due for a loss, though. So, yeah. So, I think the Texans, defense can do enough to make some plays, force Bo Nix and some mistakes, like cause turnovers, bad sacks, and all that. And I feel like their offense can do enough, but I feel like this defense will win in this game, though. So, yeah, especially in Houston where their defense is good at home. So, yeah, I think the defense finds a way to take advantage here. So, yeah, but I feel like the offense just needs to step it up, though. Because, their offense was able to put up points on the board against a Niners team. So, maybe they do it against the Broncos. So, yeah, so I'm going to take the Texans to win straight up. I'll take the Broncos to cover. Maybe more like a lower scoring game, like 23-20 or like 2016, 16-13, something like that. More like a lower scoring game. So I'm going to take the Texans to win and the Broncos cover. And especially the Texans do got the better quarterback in this game. So, yeah, that's why I'm taking Houston to win. All right, next game, we have the Jacksonville Jags against the Las Vegas Raiders. Jacksonville's 2.5 point favorites against the Raiders, while both teams are coming off of a bye. So yeah, which means both teams will have extra time to prepare and rest it. The Jags are coming off 2 straight losses back to back against the Rams and Seahawks, and the Raiders are totally coming off of a loss against the Chiefs. Coming off a bye. So basically, who could I trust more, Liam Cohen or Pete Carroll? I'm probably going to trust Liam Cohen more. And I'm also taking Jacksonville to win and cover. And the reason why I'm taking Jacksonville to win is because Jacksonville is just legit. They're the more complete team, have the better quarterback. And I just really think that, the Raiders just stink like they do. Like, the Raiders, they're not that good. I mean, the Raiders, they don't got no offense. Like, their offense is not good. The defense is totally up and down. But I feel like the game will be competitive, though. But if the Raiders, if Geno can play some good football, I think the Raiders can keep it competitive, though. But the offense so far, they have not been looking good, especially as you look at their offense. They are ranked like like 30th in total offense right now. They are 28th in passing, 27th in rushing, and they are like 31st in points per drive, and they're only getting like 14 points. But the defense, like against the run, they're really good, but against the pass, they're not. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna have all day, and I think you know Brian Thomas should have a good game here. Travis Etienne can, so yeah, and also Jacksonville's defense is underrated as well. They literally got like the sixth best rush defense in football. So maybe they'll find a way to at least like slow down Ashton Genty and all that. So yeah. So I gotta take Jacksonville to win. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think Jacksonville wins by like 30 some points, maybe 20 some points. So yeah, because we've seen the Raiders put up no points against the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe Jacksonville can do the same thing here. So I got Jacksonville to win. I got Jacksonville to cover. All right, next game. We have the New Orleans Saints against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are 14.5 point favorites against the Saints, while the Saints they're coming off of the Saints are coming off of a big loss against the Buccaneers, while the Rams are coming off of a bye, which they could be well rested, have time to prepare, at least a week to prepare. If they got injured players, I mean, they should be able to come back here. But they are going to get Puka Nacua back, which that pretty much helped their offense. But their offense was able to put up 30 plus against without Puka, and Devontae Adams had a good game though. So yeah, I got the Rams to win straight up. I got the Rams to cover that big spread, even though 14.5 is too big. But I gotta take them to win and cover, and the reason for it is that the Rams, they're just like the more complete team, have the better quarterback and coaching staff. They're at home. They pretty much got the better defense. Yeah, and better offense as well. Puka and Devontae Adams is going to be too much for the Saints secondary to handle. And the Rams pass rush is going to dominate in this game as well against a young Saints team who is going to be starting Tyler Shuck at quarterback. Like, I just don't see how the Saints be able to do much offensively because they literally have zero offense. And the Rams defense has been playing its best unit as well. And their offense has been very good as well. Especially, they're the seventh best offense in football. The Saints are like the 26th offense in football. So I think the Rams should be able to score like 30 or 40 points. Because I don't think the Saints defense is that good though. So yeah, I think the Rams win easy. And I think they cover easily. Like the Rams are just like too good. Like, they're just too good on offense, and it's going to be too much for the Saints defense to handle. So yeah, I got the Rams both ways. I got the Rams winning and the Rams covering. Next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills. Kansas City is 1.5 point favorites against the Bills. Now this is gonna be game of the week though. Now we understand that the Bills have played them tough in the regular season. The Chiefs played them tough in the playoffs. So yeah, I think this game right here can go either way. Now the Bills are dealing with injuries on the defense, like Shaq Thompson, which he's out. They already just put Ed Oliver on IR, which that's a huge blow to their D line. Johnson's questionable with a groin. Josh Palmer's out. Hamlin's out. Rapp is out. As I look at the Chiefs, they just ruled out Isaiah Pacheco. Now the Chiefs are dealing with some injury on the offensive line, including Josh Simmons, who was out due to a personal matter. Trey Smith is questionable with a back injury. So yeah, the Chiefs are dealing with injuries on the offensive line, but I think the Chiefs, if the Chiefs defense can make some plays and stop the run against the Bills, and their offense can drive in the middle of the field, I think there's a chance Kansas City wins this game. But at the same time, Buffalo, they pretty much have like a solid defense, but they have one of the worst run defenses in football. Like they're ranked, as you look at their defense, they're ranked 31st in run defense. The only issue that the Bills don't have on defense is points and pass defense. They have like the second best pass defense in football, and the Chiefs, so far got the third best passing defense in football. And the Chiefs got like the best run defense in football as well. And the Chiefs got a top 10, like they got a really top 5 offense. The Bills got a top 5 offense. And the Bills got one of the best running games in football, best rushing attacks in football. So now James Cook seems like he's the best running back in this game. But I just don't really know if the Chiefs are going to be able to run the ball in this game because Pacheco's out. Maybe they do with Kareem Hunt. Who knows? Because of the Bills' defense, if they can get a stop, I think they'll find a way to win this game. But it depends on which defense gets a better stop, though. Now, we know the Bills' defense did look good against the Panthers. And the Chiefs' defense looked pretty good against the Commanders. Now, this could totally be a lower-scoring game, which I could totally see it happening because both of them got like a top 3 passing defense, though. So, yeah. So, basically, I think this game right here could be a lot close. It could be fun. It could go either way. But I'm going to take the Bills to win this game straight up because they're at home and they pretty much own the Chiefs in the regular season and all that. So, yeah, and I think they'll do enough to control the game and keep Mahomes on the sideline. So, yeah. So, basically, that will allow Buffalo to win the game. So, I'm taking the Bills to win straight up. I would not be shocked if Kansas City won. The only way Kansas City will win is that if they can find a way to at least, like make some plays on offense and their defense can find a way to, like, get Josh Allen in some tough situations. So, yeah. I got the Bills to win straight up. All right, next game we have Seattle Seahawks against the Washington Commanders. The Seahawks are favored by 2.5. This game right here can go either way. Now, we did hear news that Jaden is going to play, which that is good news. But now Terry McLaurin is out, which that could change how the Commanders play offense. We know their offense has not been looking good without Jaden. Because so far, their offense has not been playing good because right now they're 17 total offense, and their defense is one of the worst units in football. Because, they got like the 28th best defense in football. So basically, I think there's a chance, that the Chiefs. The Commanders have not looked good offensively, and they have not looked good defensively as well. So maybe Seahawks offense, maybe they'll find a way to at least like move the ball in this game. And their defense is one of the best units in football. Because if you look at Seattle's defense, they have the 11th best defense, and they got the best run defense in football, which I don't think the Commanders are going to be able to run the ball as much. I feel like they'll find a way to load the box, stop the run, and all that. But they're not good in pass defense as well. Maybe Jaden Daniels can outduel them. Like, who knows? Because if the Commanders can get their offense going and their defense can find a way to get a stop, maybe they'll find a way to win. They'll win this game because Seattle has one of the best offenses in football, and they'll put up 30 each game. But this could totally be a higher scoring game, but I don't really know. But a lot of people are picking Seattle because they're the better team and have the better defense. Because what I'm seeing, Commanders are not a good team. They look to me the most overrated team in football. So basically, I can see Seattle winning this game. But since Jaden Daniels is clear to play, I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to take the Commanders to win because they're at home. You might as well call me crazy, but I'm taking Commanders to win because they're at home and they have the better quarterback. And I just think they'll do enough offensively to at least like beat Seattle's defense. And I feel like if they can beat their defense, they'll find a way to win this game. So I'll take Commanders to win straight up here. Maybe like 27-24, like 24-20, something like that. So yeah, I got the Commanders to win straight up. Last game, we got the Arizona Cardinals against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites against the Cardinals. Obviously, this game right here can go either way. Now, we know a few people might pick the Cardinals to win because we know the Cowboys' defense is the worst in the league. But Dallas has one of the best offenses in football because they're totally ranked like as top 5 offense right now, especially in pass offense. Like they have one of the best passing offenses in football, led by CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson. And they can run the ball as well too. And Javonte Williams has been very good for them. So I think the Cowboys so far, I think they can run the ball. I think they can throw it because I don't think the Cardinals defense is any good. And I did hear news that Kyler is going to be out for this game. And I feel like without Kyler, I mean, we just don't really know what the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals' offense might look a bit worse. Maybe Dallas' defense doesn't look that bad because Dallas' defense is one of the worst in football. We seen them get shut out by the Broncos. So maybe Dallas' defense doesn't look that bad in this game. I feel like Dallas' defense could play a lot better here because, the Cowboys, we know they're not a very good defensive team, but I feel like, if they can play some man covers the way they want to and stop the run, they should be fine. And if their offense can find a way to at least get something going against this weakest Cardinal defense, they should be able to at least win this game. Especially the Cardinals defense is not as good. And they don't really have the corners to match it well with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. So I think they both can have a good game. And I think, the run defense of the Cardinals is very good. I feel like they can stop the run better in Dallas. Dallas is not a really good run defense. So maybe the Cardinals offense, maybe they can move the ball against them. I feel like maybe they can run the ball at them, they can throw at them, but I just don't really know. I mean, Jacoby Brissett has not been very good. So basically, I think Matt Eberflus will have a good game plan for this Cardinals defense. I mean, because if they can rush 4, or maybe if they can find a way to at least stop the pass, maybe Dallas find a way to win this game. Because they couldn't beat the Broncos last week because, they only lost to them by they only lost him at least by 20, they lost him by 20 points. I don't see Dallas losing this game. I feel like they'll get their offense going in this game because they couldn't get it going against Denver. It's because of turnovers, mistakes. I think Dallas will win the turnover battle, and I think they'll limit the turnovers. So, especially Dallas, they're at home and all that. So, so I'm taking the Cowboys to get back on track and win this game despite the Cardinals coming off a bye. I'm taking Dallas to win because Dallas is at home. They have the better quarterback. They have the better offense. So, So, I'm going to take Dallas to win. I'll take the Cardinals with the points because, the Cardinals offense, I feel like they'll probably get something going. I think they'll find a way to move the ball against this atrocious Dallas defense. So, I think both teams are probably going to score in the 30s, maybe the 40s. But if the Cardinals can't get their offense going, I think Dallas can totally blow them out, though. But I don't really see it, though. But I would not be shocked if Dallas blow them out if it's super blowout city. So, so I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover. I'll take Dallas to win so they can keep their playoff hopes alive. And Dallas, I mean, they have to win this game. Cardinals, they suck. They stink. Because if Dallas doesn't win this game, they're totally in trouble. So, those are all my week 9 picks for this week. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. It's Emmanuel Jones, a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.